Let's just jump right into it today. As you guys know, I'm a little under the weather. I was just in the studio, muscled through 2 episodes and interviews. But late in the day, of course, the SEC dropped some pretty amazing news. One of the key things that is going on right now is, of course, the application of federal securities laws. And if you look at the statement coming out from the SEC, let me bring it up here on screen for you guys. What you're seeing is maybe something that could be a landmark. This could be a landmark in the history of crypto. That's how big this particular situation is. So the SEC just handed crypto, I think, one of the biggest wins in history. And most tokens now are officially not securities. Staking, airdrops, DeFi, all just got a green light. I think America is open for business again, and a lot of context around this because what it boils down into is clear token taxonomy. We're also going to be talking about the investment contracts and where that plays into it around the doctrine, why it matters, because this to me is an end of fear for anyone that has been looking at crypto as a potential for growing your business. So this could also signify the next bull leg. So a lot of working parts here. Assets I'll talk about today. Obviously, we'll hit on Bitcoin, ETH a little bit, XRP, HBAR. Massive implications also for staking and DeFi. That may be one of the biggest areas that we really have to take a look at. But of course, the press release actually says it in plain English. A new token taxonomy, digital commodities and digital securities versus stablecoins and collectibles. This is a game-changing investment contract, which ends rule. This simply means once a network is sufficiently decentralized, the token graduates to a commodity. And that means CFTC turf. And that, of course, is good because this will get into things like airdrops. It'll go into protocol mining, protocol staking, wrapping. Generally, all of this is not going to be security offerings. So the SEC and the CFTC working together right now instead of fighting is probably the best news, especially that they've actually come to an agreement on something. That's why I'm so excited about this. This is kind of interesting too, because this may be equal, if not as big as the Clarity Act. And they drop it as a small press release here coming out on St. Patty's Day. Just a small one pager of here's what we've done, here's what we've agreed to. This is what the market is going to deal with. Bitcoin already a commodity. This just removes any lingering doubt. That's a big deal. That means institutional floodgates could open a lot more wide. Probably more ETFs, I think, and corporate treasuries. That'll be the big one, I think, for Bitcoin that'll come into ETH. This is all, post-merge decentralization. This is also a clear commodity path. Staking is explicitly protected. So all the layer 2 ecosystems, these are going to go back on explosion base. This, of course, means more DeFi on Ethereum, which is a good thing in general. Solana, they get a big one because you know them as the high throughput, kind of a growing decentralization platform. This is now a strong candidate for non-security status because of how they are setting up. DeFi and meme coins on Solana will also get some tailwinds, I think, and expect, I think, the Sol ETFs to heat up as well. XRP, huge for XRP holders. This is the longest running. And, even though we've kind of gone through this already, the cross-border payments and the bank adoption can now scale without fear. This is huge. Ripple's utility is going to shine potentially for XRP. Spot ETF, this is going to be another major volume explosion for them. So huge for that. Hedera also wins here. This is an enterprise grade platform governed by a council. And of course, we all know the Clarity validates what Hedera is doing around institutions for tokenization and supply chain. This would be another RWA use case. I think Hedera also gets a big win here. DeFi and staking, those are the areas that I'm most interested in. This is one of the biggest, I think this is the biggest sleeper because protocol staking, liquidity providing, and wrapping tokens are now generally safe. That is so huge. And then, of course, the protocols now can openly operate in the United States without any fear. This is another onboarding of more devs, more companies, and more business, I think, here in the US. You're going to see major markets start to open up. Miami, get ready because we are going to see an influx, I think, of crypto companies coming in. The other component, yield bearing products, this will be like lending and dexes, all get breathing room now. A lot of non controlling developer safe harbors, which is something we've been looking for. And this, I think, is going to probably get a little tighter, but right now it looks good. The prediction I have, explosion on chain activity, TVL, all of this is going to be, I think, going to see some uptrends here. Now, granted, we've got a lot of other things going on in Iran. Yes, this is a bad situation, but in reality, this is a long-term win for crypto, and it is a huge win for crypto. So bigger picture is really going to be boiling down to what comes next. I'll take a look at the charts real quick for you guys, and I'll just share that because I wonder, we're looking at the XRP chart right there. I just wonder if some people kind of knew this was coming. Look at that, 4 green candles in a row on those dailies. And then if you look at Bitcoin, we all know what's been happening there. I mean, we're back cruising around 74 to 75. We may get a retracement here, but this again is just more, I think, big positivity. US will reclaim the crown as the global crypto capital. No doubt about it. We will become the winner here for all of this. Talent, capital, and companies are coming back to the United States. This also, I think, bridges to full legislation. And this is where it's going to put some pressure on the Clarity Act. And that, I think, is that they're realizing that the market is moving forward without them. And I think banks is going to want to maybe come to the table after this. This is a power move by the SEC. Institutional adoption, you're going to see more wave of ETFs and corporate balance sheets coming into this. Corporate balance sheets, that's a huge deal because what does that do? That's a bank flight that they didn't anticipate. And that could be a big, big factor. So be on the lookout for all of that stuff. I think we're going to see more and more bullish news coming in and out this week and possibly early next. This is kind of an all clear signal. So which is what we've been waiting for. I mean, this has all been brewing since 2017, guys. This is a big deal. And Paul Atkins, he said he was going to do it. Now that we've got him through, I have been hesitant about both the CFTC chair, Paul Atkins. I've been a wait and see. Well, we wait and saw. So this is a big one. You guys know what to do. Follow me out there on X. It's just at Paul Barron. We will catch you next time right here on the XRP Pod. Take care.